Welcome to the life of an electrical engineer, a chemical engineering student studying in Finland. So on a normal day, I always wake up early in the morning and I prepare for school and at the same time work, since I'm working as an intern in school as an electrical engineer, and I'm also studying chemical engineering. So I make sure that I get up early and prepare for work on time so that I don't go late. I prefer working in the morning and closing earlier than going in the afternoon. And most times, since I'm trying to blend both, I have to put in my best. My house is a 10 minutes walk from school, so I don't bother taking the bus because it's not that far. So I just usually walk to school. And on this particular day, tell me why we have spring in Finland and we are still having snow. I mean, we're supposed to be in spring and we were all so excited that the temperature has gone up and winter is over. But then today we are having snow. So normally there's a place kept for jackets for you to hang your jacket once you get to school. So every place in Finland is made that way because everyone wears a jacket in Finland. It's cold, so everywhere you go to, you see a space where you can keep your jackets, and then once you get, because it's hot inside because we have heaters everywhere, so the temperature is not as cold as outside, so we can remove our jackets and then not feel cold. So in as much as I woke up early and went to the office in the morning, there were already people there. Yeah. So the good thing about working in school is that it's flexible for us. We can come in and work and at the same time go. So we who are students can come in and work and at the same time go for our classes. And yeah, so it's made flexible for us so that we should not miss our classes when we have them. And we have hours that we are supposed to work per day, so we try to meet up and then try to blend in studies and work at the same time. And it's really interesting because then you get to work in your fields and learn more things professionally while you are still studying. So I'm working as an electrical engineer here, and I'm a student research assistant. So since I'm still a student, I'm a research assistant. Central University of Applied Science is very good because it has both research, development, innovation, RTI, and it has the school, which is Central University of Applied Science. So with the RTI, they give opportunity to students to do their internships, write their thesis, and even work while they are still in school, so that they can learn and get acquainted with the professional life before, and also build a CV before they leave school. So usually when I come in the morning, I go through my emails and check if I have some tasks that has been given to me, and if I have been sent an email while I wasn't at work, and also work on my previous tasks that were assigned to me. So it's time for my next class. So I had to leave work at that time and go attend my class. Right now we have practicals, so we're working on a project that was assigned to me and my crew members. there's no one there. Did you check the process lab? But it's open, so we can go in. They're inside. So when we got to the lab, we had to change into our lab coats, and the lab coats are already there in school. So if you don't want to bring your personal lab coats, you can as well come to the lab, and then there are lab coats available for students that work there. And before even working, we always change into our lab coats and also wear protective goggles, gloves, and so that in case you have any accident in the lab, it should not affect you. Even if it's really dangerous, it should not really cause danger to your health. So the other group members were already there, and we came a little bit late when they had already started with the practicals already. So we had to hurry up and join them in the process. So chemical engineering students, we were working on a chemical engineering project that has to do with production of tail oil. And so we already started mixing the acids and water, and also here we have the soap, or the slurry you might call it, that we're trying to heat up to a particular temperature before we can add the acid into it. So it's in heating up the soap or the slurry, we had to continuously stir it so that the heat will be evenly distributed. And on the other hand, I had a thermometer that was there to measure the temperature. We had to heat it up to 65 degrees Celsius, and so it's kind of like a continuous mixing process. So we have that temperature, then we'll be able to add the acids into it and allow the reaction to take place. So every experiment in a chemical lab is done in a fume hood. This is because firstly, we are trying to avoid the situation where you're mixing a chemical and it splashes on your body or your face. It's very dangerous. And secondly, because the experiments that we were carrying out, the soap or the slurry smells so badly. It's made from wood, and just like it smells like rubber, it smells very badly, and we're also trying to avoid the smell since there is a vent in the wood. And also because we have an acid that we will have to add to the soap, and just now we were adding the acid, and in doing that we have to be very careful so that the acid does not splash on our face while we are mixing the soap, because the acid is still very concentrated. Despite the fact that we have mixed it with water, it's still very concentrated and dangerous. So we have to close the fume hood so that in mixing it should not experience any accident in the process. So after mixing it for some time and the temperature is like 90 degrees Celsius, we take a quantity of it using the pipette. And since we are dealing with an acid, we use only glasswares. We don't use any rubberware or anything. So we use the pipette to remove a little bit of it so that we can measure the pH using the pH. One way of studying in Finland, for Finland as an educational system, is that they cherish group work a lot and also self-studies. So most of our courses, we have teamwork a lot, and they believe that in working in team while still in school, it helps to build your team spirit, and you'll be able to know how to work in teams once you start working in the professional life. So like I said, they also cherish self-studies a lot. Most of our courses as well, we have research work a lot. Like right now, we are doing this practical. The lecturer has assigned and given us a task, even though there is a supervisor there, but the supervisor is only there in case we need any technical assistance for an equipment in the lab that maybe we don't know how to use it properly. But as far as the project is concerned, they allow us to do our research on our own and come out with a working procedure, and then they give us all the equipment and the requirements that we need, and then we just do it and write a report about it and submit and present also in class what we have done and what was our outcome, and maybe some errors that we made during the experiment. Just like electrical engineering, chemical engineering is a very vast type of engineering. You go maybe decide to specialize in wood processing industrially, and you might decide to go through maybe the automation section or maybe process simulation. There are lots of branches that you can do as far as chemical engineering is concerned. So we're not just mixing chemicals. This is just a part of what we do in chemical engineering, right? We also have other parts where we work with the machines directly, maybe in crushing, grinding, and other mechanical processes. So we have two types of labs. We have the process lab, and then we have the chemistry lab. So this lab is basically the chemistry lab. In here we have chemicals like this and all these glasswares, whereas what we are carrying out right now is a process chemical engineering project. So we were supposed to do it in the process lab, but since the process lab is a little bit occupied right now, we decided to do it in the chemistry lab, where we also have all the fume hood there that we can use, and there's enough space for us to work. So there are a lot of branches as far as chemical engineering is concerned that we can exploit. And when you graduate, you get to choose what you want to specialize in. For one, I am very much interested in industrial automation. Reason why I did chemical engineering and electrical engineering, and I know that with both I'll be able to like blend it and then work in the industrial automation sector. But I thought we used a bigger. Can you use that for this equation?
It's not that good to monitor it.
So at this point, we have done the preparation. We have added the acids and heated it up to 90 degrees and allowed it to separate. So we have gotten our separation, and then since we are producing tail oil, we have to leave it in the oven for 24 hours for it to settle, and then we'll be able to get what we need from this. So here is a picture of the previous lab we did last time of the outcome. So after 24 hours, we had the top, which is the tail oil that is being produced, and this is the tail oil that we were able to recover from our last. The chemistry lab is so beautiful. I mean, it's clean, it's neat, it's very beautiful, and you rarely even perceive any smell of chemicals. So at this point, I'm done with my practicals and I'm heading on to my workplace, my office now, to continue with my work. It's the end of the day at 4 p.m. and I closed from work. I'm heading back home, and it's the end of the day for me today, and looking forward to tomorrow. To think when we got outside, it was still snowing, like still snowing, and the snow feels like rain. So annoying. I just wish that spring comes soon.